Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today doing a little bit of something different. I'm going to use one of the last remaining pages in my Dean & Wakely multi-surface journal just to do a little bit of colouring in, if you like. A little bit of drawing, a little bit of colouring in, but a little bit of whimsy thrown into it. So let me turn on my other camera and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. So this is a picture of a teacup and saucer that I found on the interwebs, Pinterest or one of those such sites. It could have even been Tumblr. As you can see, here is the saucer. This is the actual cup itself. And the arms of the lady character are the actual handles of the cup. And I thought, what a fantastic kind of whimsical item it is. Kind of colourful, but very, very cute. And I thought it would lend itself fantastically to just kind of using as inspiration to create a whimsical character for my art journal. So that's kind of what I've done. So I found one of the last remaining pages in my journal. As you can see, the paint from the previous pages all kind of bled through. That was the page that I did way back in 2017, and it's kind of like bled through. But I thought, do you know what, that's fine. As a kind of play about page, it's going to be okay if it bleeds through, not all that bothered. And I've got out all of my alcohol ink pens, just all tumble jumbled all over my desk. So I've already kind of sketched out, just using an ordinary pencil, the kind of character that I want to draw. But what I want to do is I just want to quickly kind of go around it in a lighter colour, just kind of picking out those kind of outlines. And this is the sort of kind of exercise you can do just when you've got maybe a little bit of a rainy day and you don't have anything much else to do. You could just have a play and see what you can create just with a bit of whimsy. So then we can just come in and then add in a few kind of and I'm not trying to be absolutely perfect. I just want it to be just a bit kind of fun. And take it from there. So let's just give her some beaded necklace, because she's got one on in the picture, and then we'll just mirror those kind of leaf shapes around her dress. That should do. And then we can just bring the character down there like that, and then continue on sort of with the hair just down the side, which there isn't any on the cup, but that'll do. So that kind of sketches out. Oh, there's a little bit of detail just there as well. There's a little kind of like flower button on the dress. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight in with some of the Pro Marker colours. We've got some, let's have a look at some like Caucasian skin tone ones here. I've got quite a lot of different skin tones, ranging from light Caucasian right the way up to African sort of colours, and everything in between really. There's a few pinks in there as well, and an ivory for really pale skin like mine. So yeah, something for everyone really. So start off with a real light colour. So let's see what we've got. Let's start off with the ivory. I think there's also one called almond in there as well, and satin, but they're a bit pinky pink, a bit schminky pinky. So just to kind of get the base colour down, And as per usual, this paper has started to pill because apparently somebody told me in one of the comments on my previous Mona Lisa video, that's because there's no sizing on this paper. So, you know, thanks for that, Dina. So it no matter whether you're putting water on or alcohol like I am, you're going to get pilling. So, okay, so next I'm going to go with blush. Just start adding in some darker colours. And then we can just add a little bit down there, a little bit down there, maybe just a little bit over the eyes. And because it's alcohol ink, it will blend. How well depends on the actual paper itself, but you know. Let's just blast away. Let's just keep on blasting away. Right, vanilla, so that might be a little bit yellowy. So we'll just bring that in right on those edges. And then we can come back in with that real light lemon again, or sorry, ivory. And the beautiful thing about these kind of like alcohol pens is that you can use the lighter colours to blend. There we go. And then we can start to add a little bit more colour. So let's carry on with that blue. And then I haven't got a black pro marker, believe it or not. So I'll have to use something else, but I've got red. So we'll just have to go around that way for the lips. See what happens there, and then we can start to add in some colour. Now then, let me see if I've got some other alcohol pens elsewhere that I can bring in as well, but we'll start adding in a little bit of colour on that kind of leaf that we saw. And the beauty about this is, of course, as soon as you go over with another colour, it kind of pushes the alcohol ink, that blue, out of the way, and it sort of disappears off into the background. And as practice, and just play practice, doing something like this, you know, you could do as a kind of preparatory sketch if you wanted to recreate it and do it in something a bit more permanent, like acrylics, or even just use pencils. You know, why not just use pencils? Okay, so I've got a nice light brown. What's this one? This one is called Sandstone. And then let me just flip that over to the chisel. I'm going to start just filling in. There we go. I did say, you know, this is going to be, like I said, just a rough kind of play sketch. Okay, now let me just flip that back around again and then we can come just back in. We'll just start to add a little bit of detail. So in lieu of having a black, let's just use the brown. And then I can maybe come back in once I've got a bit more detail in. We just had a little flower up there. See how the blue starts to just vanish once you start to add just another colour over the top. Then you can refine the drawing however you want to. Okay, so let's start adding in some other colours now. Let's add some lilac in, which isn't a colour I normally would go for. I mean, you can really create something out of pretty much nothing. And even if, you know, you don't really intend to use it for anything, just do it as a practice piece. Okay, so let's bring that blush in. There we go. Kind of blends the neck in a little bit. And I know it looks dirty, but that's fine. Okay, so we've now got a darker kind of purpley colour. So this one's amethyst. So now that we've got the darker colour in, I can come back in with that light one. And just do a little bit of a light blending around there. Okay, so necklace, let's use some yellow. Then I've got some orange. All I'm going to do is just add a little bit on top. And then just help to blend that out just a little. Okay, so dress wise, let's go a little bit pinky. So I've got soft peach. These are fairly old, so they're kind of drying up a little bit now. But still enough in just to kind of get a sense. You can see how that blue has pretty much disappeared now and just faded into the background as kind of like a bad memory. Then all we have to do is just literally go around. Where's that sandstone again? No, that's caramel. I always tend to put these things down and like they disappear. Sandstone. Oatmeal. And where did it go? There, it's right in front of me, look. Alright, so caramel. If you don't know whether or not a character is going to work that you want to try out as a whimsical character in a art journal page, this is such a good way of just testing it out to see whether or not it's going to kind of like gel, because otherwise how on earth are you going to know? And I've just thrown half my pens on the floor. There we go. Okay, let me just pick them up and I'll be right back. Okay, I've picked up my pens off the floor and I've just grabbed one of the lilac coloured pens. Lilac. And I've just grabbed the chisel tip and I've just literally just done some lines across the page. You can always go back in a little while And then I just wanted to get some colour in the background. This is a real quick way of doing it and adding a little bit of texture without going too mad. Because they're alcohol pens, you can just blend any of those kind of areas out. There we go. So before you know it, you can then just start to refine the edges. Just break those edges up. Before you know it, you've kind of got your own little mini character. That sounds like a Mr. Bentley come up to see me. Nope, I think he's taken himself off to bed. There we go, I think we're getting there. So, what did we do? Did we bring that dusky pink in there, or was it soft peach, wasn't it? Right, one last thing to do. Just let that dry for a second and then I'll be right back. Okay, so Signo gel pen, Uniball, Signo Uniball. So now I can just spend a little bit of time just to kind of finesse in some of those lines, just to kind of help pull it all together. Okay, so I've got a few little bits to do. I'm just hoping there's enough left. In this pen, just to kind of add a few little finishing touches. There we go. And I think very little has been done there. I just want to transfer some of that yellow from the bottom. Just up there. And then we'll give it a real kind of like orangey centre. And then we can grab that white pen again, because I've just put it down there somewhere. Just line it up just a tad. So I'm going to catch light just in there. Maybe just add a second one. Just there. There we go. And I don't think that even took me, what, half an hour? So let's just sign that and date it, whatever date it is today, 7th. There you go. So I could spend some time now adding in some doodles in the background, just adding a few kind of like doodle dots. Maybe just some doodle flowers just to kind of help it along. But this is something I can do when there's not much on the TV. I can just get the journal out and just start adding a few dots in. One more up there. And then maybe if I wanted to just go in with one of the darker pens, just adding in some detail kind of into that background, because it really doesn't take a lot of effort just to create something kind of cute, kind of whimsical. And I suppose if you're stuck for inspiration, then what better thing to do than just kind of lose yourself in a little bit of colouring. So that's it from me for this art journal page. I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this little whimsical character based on that photograph. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. I could come back a bit later on and just add in maybe a phrase or two just to kind of finish that off, but I'll see what comes to mind and what seems more appropriate at a later date. So that's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.